Ooh. And hello, hey. Just gonna lower that. Music is by. I'm drawing every day. I'm still here. I came back. It's late in the day, but we're still here always, every day. I make a promise to come back tomorrow. I come back tomorrow. Yeah, we're drawing again. So today I am going to use the Into the Odd remastered, a TTRPG by Chris McDowell. I'm just going to be rolling on tables from the Oddpendium to randomly generate a themed dungeon. There's not a ton for me to go off of from the Oddpendium, but there's enough there to give me like really basic bones for a start and an idea. I'm gonna grab in some dice, and I have my grid paper, and yeah, we're gonna get going really soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And let some people filter into the give it some time. Give it a few minutes. Maybe some people will jump in. Streaming on YouTube and Twitch, as always. Looking at moving over to some other platforms and seeing what happens. Say on something like a Reddit or TikTok. I don't know. I haven't quite figured streaming on those out. But I'm sure it will. Oh, cameras. I think my camera's ready. Alright, so I'm going to shut up, play the music, and we'll be on shortly. Okay. Yesterday I was drawing my robot, and I said I'd come back to my robot today, but I also said that in the downtime I would fix up these trees because they're so time consuming, so it's kind of like flesh out these trunks. They're very boring to watch. And I thought, let's not do that to people. I'll do that in my downtime. Then, as you can see, I didn't quite get to it. Been a busy day at work. A busy day after work running errands. It's kind of just how it is. Let's see if I can't get all my stuff going. Here we go. That's what I like. Alright. Playing in the background is Master Boot Record, who has generously allowed all their music to be available for streaming over Twitch. So thank you, Master Boot Record. Spread the code. I am today going to use the Into the Odd TTRPG guide to generate a dungeon. I'm a big fan of old school games, old school revival games. And this one is one of my favorites that I still have yet to run, but it's incredible. I've gone through it, I've seen it, I know how it works. And I'm going to highly recommend it. I mean, and the book is beautiful. I mean, I can't quite show it because my camera gets so close. But art by Johan Nohr. Incredible. Also, like, I don't know if you can see this, but the edges of the paper are kind of colored to tell you which part of the book, so you can kind of like very quickly find a specific thing in the book, which is a lot of fun. I love it. It's a great book. Go pick it up off Free League. I think I'm not sure where else you can grab it. I think you can grab it off Free League. Bastion Land Press. Awesome stuff. So, anyways, I have. I decided to get my dice. I did not grab my dice. I got my dice bag though. So, with any RNG dungeon, I need to generate some random numbers. This one runs on D100 tables, so I have to get a D100 out. And of course, all my good dice that are easy to read are kind of at the bottom of my bag. Whoop. Grab these guys. That guy's easy. And where's another one that's easy to read? This would be good if it showed up when I rolled it. That's my thought. I don't want to be doing this for too long. Flipping through this bag. So I'll just grab these two right off the top. We are going to build a 5-room dungeon, which comes up with the basic structure of which I'll explain as I'm drawing it. Oh no! What happened? My phone wants to connect to my computer over and over again. It's distracting. Alright. Great. So we got Into the Odd out here. I don't know what I should have. I'll have that there. Okay. We have some bookmarked areas right here. So I am going to go ahead and start with let's see. I want to do what's the street like to determine what the outside of the dungeon is, and then I will use that to inform the inside of the dungeon. So go ahead and throw that out there. Whoa. That's a 74. Alright. 74. Ironworks. And then the atmosphere is a 49. 49 is, so we got Ironworks. Burnt. Alright. I'm just going to write down some of our traits. Woo! Burnt Ironworks. And then find out here. Really need this to stop doing whatever. All right. Okay, so I'm going to use the What's Beyond the Darkness to set the theme of the dungeon that we're going to be crawling through. That is 49. Didn't I already roll 49? What are the odds? Ancient Burrow. Ancient Burrow. Okay. That is a 3 with searing hot walls. Okay. It's starting to fall into a theme a little bit, which is lucky for me, because usually these things feel super random. So we have a Burnt Ironworks with searing hot walls. And we're also looking at an ancient burrow. So like I think a burrow, I think of something an animal has kind of like pushed out for itself. So and then I'm looking at what else I'm going to put in here. So there's an ancient burrow. I think since we're going with an ancient burrow, I'm going to go for weird creatures. So I have my odd pendium here. I'm going to go ahead and do weird creatures. The nature of the creature is a 14. 14 is a living construct. I'm getting a lot of like very kind of mechanical steampunk stuff already. So ancient construct. And then the form. Go ahead and roll. And that is straight 10. A worm. This is great. This is all kind of, I can already kind of visualize what kind of dungeon I'm going to do for these random tables. So the ancient construct is a worm that lives in a searing hot burrow in the burnt ironworks. So we get a lot of fire. We have, I see big tunnels. And some kind of like biomechanical worm. Okay. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to roll for the twist. And see if that adds up to anything. As a 72. So we have a implants with eggs and parasites. Eggs, parasites. Let's do implants. Eggs. I like eggs. Eggs are fun to draw. So we'll go with eggs. Alright. And then one more table. Let's do the spoils, which I probably should have rolled when I was rolling the Beyond the Darkness. And that is a 99. Is it? No, it's 69. Nice. All right. Here we go. A set of modern armor. And then we might return to this. Kind of. I'm going to roll out something really quick. So it's a 25 gem. And a 62 or 92? That's a 92. Trying to decide. Dice isn't really clear whether this is a 60 or a 90. Oh, actually, it is a 90. Okay. 92 is... Oh, it looks dangerous. Okay, great. All right, that's all I need. So to review what I rolled out for a dungeon that we're going to do, nice 5-room dungeon, really simple, is Ancient Construct Worms, spoils our modern armor. It looks dangerous. And then I'm just going to put another keyword in here, gemstones. Alright. And let's go ahead and divide the page. And I'm going to get a pencil so I can start sketching the form of a dungeon. One thing I didn't do that I kind of want to do. So in a 5-room dungeon, we start off with the Guardian, or the reason why this place hasn't been kind of like obviously invaded yet. Like, why is the dungeon untouched? Why is there treasure within? And why has no one gotten to it yet? Is the sort of first thing we start with. I am gonna I'm gonna roll on the Astral Cults table in here, and we're gonna see if that gives me some inspiration for that. And then we can actually start in earnest. Let's go. That is an 82. An 82 is a tower. $35 is sunken tower. Doesn't make a ton of sense so far. I'm gonna see if I can play with that. So we'll start with the bottom of the page being our entrance. Talk about an ancient ironworks. So I am gonna have kind of an industrial shapes is how I'm gonna start off. It's kind of fortressy right now, but I think I'm gonna just kind of dink around with some shapes. So the idea is these are burnt ironworks. So I'm gonna kind of do some hints at the beginning that this area is like somewhat, I think I'm gonna do like ravaged by flame or maybe destroyed a little bit. Why are the ironworks burnt? It's kind of the question that I'm going through in my head. Okay. Kind of got a general sort of industrial entranceway, and we'll play with the rest of it as we do the dungeons. We're going to start off with a entryway here. Hold on a second. I just want to get a little refresher up in front of me. What is going on? Okay. Whoa. Alright, hold on. My camera decided to kick out for some reason. There it is. Getting kind of laggy. I don't know why this is. This keeps happening. Yep. Alright, we're good. We're back in. I don't know why I'm having some connection issues, but looks like I'm good now-ish. So we have the 5-room dungeon, starting off with the entrance and guardian. Something about the sunken tower. I'm not sure how that's going to work for me. But the room, I'm going to have this room kind of be like this. So this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What is the entrance and guardian? I'm going to play with a lot of symmetry. Alright. The next room is going to be a challenge. I like hallways. As part of a challenge. I think I'm going to do a hallway with rooms off to the side. So the idea of this kind of challenge would be you have a hallway and it's clear that the door at the end of the hallway is unlocked by solving whatever the puzzle of the hallway is. An easy one to do is to say that there are 4 rooms. 4 is a good number because it's a typical size of an adventuring party, but you can always say that like one has a closed off door, or like it looks like it's collapsed in, or you can just say those rooms are gone, so you can pre-draw it out, planning for a party of 4, and then say someone doesn't show up. You just say you can find a way to still use that 4th room, or you can just make it so it's collapsed in, or closed off, or some reason that room is inaccessible, and then the players don't need to worry about it. It just becomes kind of a, ooh, why is this like this? What caused this? So we're going to get to the ancient burrow in a second. I'm gonna have like fire, like this more singed ground in front of this. Maybe like soot is formed on the walls and the corners. Okay. Alright, so my 4-room dungeon is going to be a party challenge. So basically, whatever the puzzle will be will play to whatever my players are. I don't have players for this, so I'm just going to have to say that each one of these is like a strength of each player. So I'm going to say like this is P1, P2, P3, P4. You know, all these being hypothetical, I don't need to randomize what player numbers are in these. Alright. And then, let's go ahead and just say this opens immediately up into another room. So, this is an ironworks. So whatever challenge is going to have something to do with the ironworks. So it might be like a process for initiating something or opening something. Actually, I have a better design for this. As opposed to a hallway, I think what I'm going to do is, this has to be a working space. So what I'm going to do instead is a hallway going this direction. It's a little bit wider. And there are, instead, furnaces along this wall. Furnaces are entryways along this wall. So then the challenge will be to probably operate the furnaces or start them in some way. I'm going to put another fun thing with ironworks is like the ore carriages. So we can do something with where ore is brought in and loaded onto carriages and then brought down like a line up overhead. So I'm going to put a note in here for that. I should be drawing with this. This is a friction pin. If you haven't used these, they're incredible. They basically are pins that have the same quality as pencils. You know, easily erasable. You don't even need to actually erase them. You can just apply heat to the area and they disappear. So let's go ahead. I'm going to say this is the furnace puzzle. Ore carts overhead. So we have the ore carts that are overhead. And then the challenge will become pretty simple, which is just that the furnaces need to be operated. Switches and levers be pulled to get the ore carts moving overhead. And then how do you get to the ore carts, which is sort of some challenges in puzzles. It's fun to just leave no answer to like certain parts of that puzzle. And what you get is this interesting improv challenge of the players are going to look for things and they're probably going to say or come up with something that is interesting. So oftentimes they'll say something like, are there catwalks up there? And then I can say, yes, there are. But the difficult thing is that the catwalk is rusted out. Or in this case, maybe like appears to be like that's when you throw in hints about the world. So we have these ore carts and I'm just gonna like put the secret ways. So this is going to be our jaquazing the dungeon up, which is creating like hidden paths and different ways to get from one area to another. I'm just going to set a thing up so that like if players said they came up to this entrance and they wanted to bypass the entrance, maybe they want to climb the ironworks and they find an ore chute and they decide to climb inside the ore chute and get their way into the ironworks a different way. So just keep playing with this. So let me keep using my words here. So an ancient construct worm. So I want to say this first area is generally just shows those signs of being burnt. So like maybe all the furnaces are blown out. I'll leave one not blown out just to add some mystery. So there's going to be burn marks. I'm gonna make an area for descriptors. Use singe marks around openings. All right. So we have this. So this is going to go this direction, and I will also say that this unburnt one is going to become a secret path to another place. So we keep adding options so we're not railroading. And I'll come back through the entire dungeon and kind of like come up with ways to unrailroadify it. Just want to come up with one clear, obvious path that's like I can design around. The next I want to do is a trick or a setback. So that's kind of easy, which is it's kind of built in because we did these ore carts, which are going to kind of float overhead on like a line. So the trick or the setback is just going to be a challenge that occurs on that path. Also say challenge on route. Likely that these are probably, where do our ore carts go? Well, I'm gonna maybe we say they turn back around and they go down. So I'm gonna put that there is another room alongside the ore cart's path. Fairly good sized room since we're talking about a full on, what was it? Burnt ironworks. I'm gonna say that as I get over here, I'm gonna put something here. So keep adding interest and different ways to approach moving around. This is going to be our ancient construct worms tunnels. Okay. And then, so our tramway goes down, and then over here is our setback, which will simply be that this is like a deadly hazard. Okay, cool. I'll work out this issue. This is multi-leveled now. It's a little bit confusing to show on a piece of paper, so this will be a good one to do as an isometric dungeon later. Once I get my ISO paper out, maybe I can do that. So we got a hazard, trick or setback. Players might need to leap off to the side of the carts as they pass by this tunnel, as they see this danger from up ahead or sense danger. There is a platform here that can be leapt to. It's maybe slightly higher. There's going to be a skill check to jump into this area. Safe zone. Safe zone? Safe zone. Alright. Cool. And then I'm going to have kind of a crack through the wall here. It leads to these tunnels. Now, in the event that players would make it through this danger zone and come out the other side alive, which is 100% likely as an outcome, everything is possible, right? The next thing is going to be, what I like to do is just create some empty rooms. So this is like an empty room. There's nothing here, so it's a resting point. If they make it to the other side of this, there's going to be some sort of... I'm trying to think of like how an ironworks would work. This is definitely gonna be like crushing. I think if they get through this, we have a safe zone. And I think a lot of this is gonna be like boiling hot as they go. I'm gonna do some paths, some splitting paths. This will sort of allow for some roleplay moments and questions and creating a decision points. Let's crack in the wall here. Inevitably, if you make it so that there is a place to get off and there's a place that's dangerous, and you make a skill check to escape the danger, there's going to be somebody who might fail that and get through here to the other side. So you need to always consider that a player might be over here. And so you might want to create I want to put a hazard over here. So create another room that's hazardous. Any empty room is just a place for like lore to play out. So as this is going, I want to say it gets hotter and hotter. So I got some narrative notes on here. One of these paths will lead to one way of approaching the final room. The other path will lead to a more direct way to approach the final room. So I am going to create a large area here. So this is the burrow. So the lore, I think, behind this place would be that something terrible happened here that caused the ironworks to basically be decommissioned, and that nobody goes there anymore, and it's been long forgotten and closed off, and there's a bunch of maybe like legends that I can pepper in hints about what can be expected deep in here. So here's your storytelling elements. This is a pretty cool dungeon. It's going to lead to an ore loading area. I'm going to say there's a ventilation duct up here that connects these areas. Kind of wide enough for one person to crawl down. Gotta have ventilation in your dungeon, right? I'll say this one heads to like a rooftop area. And of course, these ventilation ducts don't need to exist unless players try different ways. So let's say our players tried to climb up on the roof and find a way in. There's a ventilation duct up here. Cool. You decide to go over here towards a tower, and you find like maybe there's one of these like ore loading things. You know, you see these in gravel yards. They're like these conveyor belts. So we'll just have like an inoperable conveyor belt that has ore sitting on it in like sections going up. Maybe I'll put that. That's going to be like off screen. Going into a silo. So I can have like a small interesting room over here, which would be where workers might shovel ore onto these carts. But from this room, if you go this way, the carts are not going to be moving. Great. There's going to be an oppressive heat the entire time, so that's cool. It's fun to work with. We got that, we got that. We have our jacuzzi, where we have, or not, I'm not saying that right, jacquets, I think. Jacuzzi is from something different. Alright, so we have this. This will lead out to, I'm going to say this is going to be a multi-tiered room. So we're going to have upper grounds and lower grounds. I'm going to have sort of like a hole hazard. I have from here is another area. Okay, yeah. I think we've had a full dungeon here. Now it's just time to flesh it out and finish it up. So I'm gonna make this a crack in the wall. So we have an odd path that leads down the crack in the wall. Just enough of a turn that you can't see where you're going to end up. We're going to have this safe zone here to get over here is probably, let's do more ventilation. And this is probably going to be a hazardous ventilation shaft. I'm going to say it's hot. And then this entire place is going to be the boss battle. I'll have to describe out, but I'm going to put some notes for the boss battle down there. I'm going to leave space on this page to describe interest points. So we'll call this one 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these are areas I'm going to write some box text for, basically. 11. I don't know what this room is. Actually, this should be 11. 12. 13, 14. Okay, so all these are box text interest areas. And it's not too railroady, I don't think. I'm gonna put some symbols on here to help me out, to remember what I meant whenever I drew certain things. So these are raised platforms, so I'm just gonna draw those lines to kind of show that they're up. All right, yeah. So my question becomes, do I do this as a isometric dungeon, or do I do it as a straightforward top-down dungeon? Top-down seems so much easier for the purpose of the stream. 3, 4, and now the next step is to come up with like very short 1 or 2 word descriptors to get me kind of cooking on these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay. And then I'm going to highlight each one what they are. So we have 2, we're going to have 5. Each one's going to end up being part of that 5-room structure for a dungeon. 5, 7. And then, so entrance, puzzle, trick or setback, conflict. That's going to be 14. That's also going to be our reward, our plot twist. I think a twist for this thing was that there are eggs and such down here. So we'll play that all together. Big battle. 7 was we'll call this one a setback. Here, I'll show this erasing. Setback. 5 was a challenge. And 2 is the entrance. from here, the entrance, there's really just a lot of choices. Or guardian. I don't have a guardian for the entrance. I think I'm just gonna put NPC guardian here. NPC. Oh, my NPCs are going to be the. We'll have them from the Cult of the Tower. So this is our NPC interaction, is at number 2. And that is going to just be, we'll call that the ready room. Entrance. Number 1 is the exterior. And it's going to be closed. It's just a simple gate closure. Number 3 is where have I have 3? This will be our coal chute or ore chute. Keep scratching stuff out. I can erase. I keep forgetting. Ore chutes. Uh, 4 is the air duct. 5 is the furnaces. Carts. 6 is the Six is a secret. 7 is the track. 11 is the I'm gonna say their crusher. 9 is, where's 9? 9 is our tunnels. 9 is the worm tunnel. 10, we'll just call that fork. 11, going back here. Whoa. What was 8? I got this mixed up. 8 is a safe room, not a crusher. It's the opposite. I'm just gonna call it respite. Or no, I need to actually describe this room. I don't know about smelteries or refineries. We'll just call this, it's going to be, I'm just going to call it the, we'll call it the track engine, the engine. Oh, that actually is a great idea. The engine which powers the crusher is at the jump off point, so players who jump off can turn off the crusher. But if they turn off the crusher, it will close the path behind it. So players make it part way. If it gets closed, now they are forced to go this way. So that'll be an interesting, exactly, setback is the party gets split. And that creates just another roleplay challenge. 9, so we got 10. What was 9? 9 is the worm tunnel, 11 is the crusher. Kind of out of order, I just discovered. This is our hazard. 11's a crusher. 12 is... I think 12 is just going to be the... I'll call this sifting room. I don't know how this all works, so we'll say sifting room. It's going to just be another safe room. 13 is the worm burrow. You have to remember it's an iron construct. An ancient construct is the worm. So it could be a stone worm. It doesn't have to be iron. I just like the idea that it would be iron because it's in an ironworks. And it's boiling hot, so it's like some kind of like ancient steampunk worm. Okay, and 14 will be the ancient worm. And then passing this will be the loot. Alright, I love it. Loot and eggs. Okay. Well, that's our dungeon. It's been an hour making it. Again, sorry streaming late. It's 11:20 for me. I think this is cool. This is a good start to something. We'll go ahead and... Does this turn into an isometric dungeon? We'll see. I'm going to take a photo of this. And if we're not doing the robot, like finishing up the robot image tomorrow, then I will basically upload this. This will be on Photoshop, and I'll Photoshop finish and flesh out this dungeon the rest of the way in detail, which is always fun. And then I can, I don't know, upload it to Roll20, and then I don't know if anybody's interested in playing a game. We could do that. I don't think I have enough followers to really get that thing going. Anyways, this has been a very talky episode. But I will go ahead and finish up here tonight. Thanks for watching. If you've been lurking, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you want to see, you're looking forward to seeing me finish up this dungeon in the next day or two, sometime between, I don't know, tomorrow I probably only have time to do this, though who knows. Tomorrow's my day where I run a game for my group, so that's a pretty busy time for me. I'm either going to do it right before my game, or I'm going to do it right after I run my game, so it'll be at like 9:30 or 10 whenever I stream. It'll be at 9:30 or 10, or hopefully I can get it started up. The stream will start at like 4. 4 is my window. I end work around 3:30, and so it'll start in around 4. That's when I'm available. So, but again, I don't know. So if you want to watch tomorrow, go ahead, follow the channel. You can subscribe to it if you're on YouTube. Follow if you're on Twitch, and we will be running this. Probably be running through this. I might be completing this or the robot image. I can't say. Who knows? But I'm finishing these projects now, which means that I have also loads of projects I started with some of the first drawings I was doing in the earlier days of this, that now I have a good camera to actually do those. So Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired, so good night. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll be here tomorrow. I don't know when, but I will be drawing tomorrow. And if you want, come draw with me. Good night, everybody.